Hello, ladies and gentlemen. I am your friendly neighborhood Pokeprof, and welcome back to Psychonauts. When we last left off, we had just finished the scavenger hunt and basically collecting any collectibles that was left in the main world. With all that done, we are now here in the Unconscious Collective, I believe it was the name for it. And we're here essentially to finish our little Collect-o-thon. As you see, we have all these worlds open up to us now, including Basic Braining, which is back over here. Not that's Lungfishopolis. Yep, Coach Oleander's Basic Braining. And we are basically going to light up all these lights. We're going to be collecting the hat tags, the vaults, the cobwebs, and the figments. The ones I'm mostly going to be focusing on this video are going to be the hat tags and the vaults, because really the hat tags are the ones that can be really hard to get, especially in something like Lungfishopolis or back over here the Milkman Conspiracy. I think that would actually be this one. That's Waterloo. This is Milkman. This is Milkman. Alright. But the other reason is because for the most part the cobwebs are relatively easy to get, and really for the most part we actually missed the cobwebs in some of these earlier levels, like Basic Brain here, simply because we didn't have the cobweb duster. Now that we do have that, we are able to get it much easier. But for the most part, I won't be showing it off. Won't be showing off every little thing, because otherwise we'd be here for a long time. And as you also notice, we have one last level here that is completely locked to us still. This is the final level of the game, folks. We're going to be accessing it in just a little bit. But for now, let us go to Basic Braining and collect those last bit of stuff. Shall we? Lungfish, your Gloria's, Coach Oleander's Basic Braining.
Not much to do here except clean up all the cobwebs, collect all the figments, and get any vaults that are left.
Yeah, that's...
You've reached the brain of Coach Oleander. I'm currently occupied with matters in another part of my mind right now. But for those students who'd like to run the course again for extra credit, or for a makeup exam, I'll leave it open. But I won't be here to watch over you, so please, children, be careful. Your minds mean everything to us.
Yeah, you're just wanting to use them to take over the world. But for the most part, I'm going to be cutting most of this out. I just wanted to show you that in most minds, when you go into them for a second time, they'll actually change what they say and will do different things. Coach Oleander will basically say, oh, hey guys, I'm AFK right now, so don't worry too much. But it's really interesting if you go back into certain brains at different times. It's like one of my favorites that I can recall off the top of my head is Sasha's brain. When you go back in his mind after you have finished after you finish the first part of the brain tumbler experiment and you try to go back into it again, he goes, oh no, what are you doing here? But yeah, honestly, from this point onward, I'm just going to be cutting over to the vaults and whatnot, because these... Ooh, hey! Super Chain Blast. My Chain Blast can now hit up to 6 enemies in a row. Good thing I didn't cut away when I was going to. But since I don't think y'all will be too impressed to just see me trying to collect all these figments, I'll see you guys at the vault. Having traveled almost through the entirety of Basic Braining, we come to the last vault in his mind that we were unable to get when we first came through. Considering it's hidden behind a cobweb, I wonder just what exactly the coach is hiding.
Got it.
Oleander's Shame. Oh. Uh-huh. Oh. seems that no matter where he went, Army, Navy, or up in the sky, even from the chefs, he got kicked out when it came to the Army. It looks like he was swearing revenge. Makes it really tell you a different story from what we were given when we first encountered Coach Oleander. And there is the last of the mental cobwebs in this particular zone. I will meet you guys in a bit. It's as I was finishing up Coach Oleander's basic braining, collecting all the items, that I came upon this, something I was not used to seeing. It seems that after our discovery of the brain tank from Coach Oleander, he decided to put it under lock and key. Kinda useless now that everybody knows his plans. With that said, we also get a small little announcement from the game whenever we finish collecting all the figments and all the mental cobwebs within a particular mind. That essentially is the same as once we have finished collecting all the hats and tags and all the vaults. It tells us that we've completed a mind and we're free to move on to the next. With all that said, I'll see you guys off in the next level.
Rasputin, I'm so glad to see you. What's happened?
Coach Oleander is trying to take over the world with a fleet of psychic death tanks, armed with the stolen brains of my fellow campers. Where are you?
I have no idea. I seem to be asleep or in a trance.
Well, don't worry about it. Ford and I are on the case.
Okay, I'd love to join you, but I think I need to focus on maintaining some level of brain activity.
Ooh, I can help with that. Let me shoot up the place.
Oh, would you like to run the course again?
Yeah, Run the course? But all that sensor overload stuff, that was an accident.
Oh, Raz, I knew you were going to overload that switch. I would have done the same thing at your age. It was all arranged to make you an expert fighter, and it worked. Now, if you'd like to run the course again, just shoot the controller on any given face. To close that face up and open another, shoot any sensor valves you see. Fair enough?
Even the part where the giant sensor had you on the stamp?
Okay, that part got a little out of hand. We won't be seeing him again.
Not much to do here except clean up all the cobwebs.
Yeah, we know, Crawler, we know. But yeah, this is one of the reasons why, as much as I love this game, part of me also hates it for the simple fact that, well, it's really, really hard to go and interact with the characters and see all the neat little lines. Because there's just so many times where you're not able to find out what's what. But with that said, wrong power, Raz. We're now able to open up pretty much any aspect of Masha's mind. Or Sasha's mind, not Masha. What the hell am I thinking about? And find those remaining cobwebs and other doohickeys. I'll see you guys when I find the second vault. Now, this is probably one of the more annoying and mean-spirited vaults in the entire game. The reason for this is simply the fact that when you have the... Which version is this on? It's the shoe side of Masha's mind up. You will find the vault on one of the other sides of the cube. This makes it a relatively difficult thing to find if you don't know about it and not aware of it. As such, I missed it when I went through here originally. Come here, you. Sasha's second sight. I guess we get to see... Aww. Poor Sasha misses his mom. Aw, so we actually get to see inside Sasha's dad's mind. Get to see exactly what he thinks of Sasha's mom. And get to see something that Sasha's dad misses very, very much. To be fair, Sasha, I'd be kind of in an awkward spot too myself. Oh, poor Sasha.
Agent Vodello? Where are you?
Rasputin? I don't really know. I was on the dock and all of a sudden there was this thing. And then everything went black.
I believe you've been abducted, probably by Coach Oleander. He's trying to take over the world.
Oh, Maury. Well, if you find my body, give it a little shake, will you? In the meantime, you can shake it in here as much as you want.
Not much to do here.
Yeah, we know, Crawler. I find it funny that she just goes, "Oh, Morty," like she knows that Coach Oleander is going to be trying to control people. Anyway, I'll meet you guys off where we find the... Ooh, me not screwing up, but also where we find the first of the emotional baggage that I missed. So it turns out I've only missed one emotional baggage in Mia's mind, and it is over here in the pinball room. Once you gotta do is you gotta ignore everything up entirely and come up here to the little side area. Not only is this where you'll find some figments, but you'll also find the one particular emotional baggage that I missed. And with that, I get a rank up, and I think that's... Yep, emotional baggage sorted. So I now have primal memories for here. And I'll meet you guys probably at the next level after I've gone and collected everything. Alright, folks. So I gave myself a good, hour or two break to say this, and I'm still rightly pissed. Screw this level. As much as I love Mia, and much as I love her character and all the other cool stuff we see in this level, trying to 100% this is a piece of crap. In particular, the figments. Considering the level is so bright, it took me a good 15 times of going through that stupid race to collect everything. And with that said, let's go ahead and move on to the next level. Let's see, after Mia's level, I believe that was when we went to Lungfishopolis. So let's find that. I must have passed it already. That's the Milkman. I wonder why they make the Milkman's level so identifiable compared to some of the other ones, because almost all the other ones have very, generic buildings. The Milkman is a fucking milk bottle. Waterloo, Mia's Dance Party... Brain Tumbler, Lungfishopolis. See you guys in there. Alrighty.
Goggalor!
Hey, shouldn't this place be much quieter now that Kochamara is gone?
Well, there's still some crazy Navy guys who haven't realized that the war is over, but we got them on the run, I think. Got some really aggressive flyers at the printer right now. Should sway popular opinion our way in no time.
So you don't mind if I smash up some more tanks and planes and stuff?
Goggalor, you may smash it all. This whole area is scheduled for reforestation. Kochamara built this city for us. Lungfish weren't meant to live in cities.
Well, okay then. I'll bet I can save you a bit on the demolition costs.
Yeah, go nuts. You can squish people too if you want. My family lives in a whole other town.
Not much to...
Oh my goodness. Well, back in Lungfishopolis here, it's pretty much the same deal as the other levels. You can go back in here and you'll go ahead and re-experience some of the things, and there'll be some changes, but for the most part the levels stay the same, which makes me curious because I don't think I've ever gone back into the Milkman's level. But with that said, I will meet you guys over at the next mental baggage. Alright, so I have no bloody clue how I missed this emotional baggage in my first run through. But in the area where you actually free the little Resistance's pilot, you'll see the purse emotional baggage right over here. And let's go ahead and skip that. Alrighty. I'll meet you guys at the next one, which apparently we're also missing the tag to, so hopefully this will go easier than what we did at Mia's dance party. Oop, I didn't know I was gonna get this. When collecting all those figments, I earned the Rolling Havoc upgrade for my levitation ball. It basically makes my Havoc ball start up the moment I go rolling about. One problem is, though, is that in this level, because, well, I'm Goggalore, I am too heavy to be on my levitation ball, so oh well. I'll show it off when I get out. Alright, knee-deep in Lungfishopolis, we'll find a grind rail, which is actually a train rail. But going through here into the cave is actually where we'll find the last missing emotional baggage tag that we've been looking for. Hopefully this means that the emotional baggage itself is nearby. I'll see you guys when I find it. Well, it actually turns out that we've already seen the last missing emotional baggage. Up here on the tippy top of the skyscrapers is where we'll find our missing suitcase, I believe it was. We just have to avoid the annoying little ships, not ships, the planes, and avoid getting knocked down onto the ground. As you see, not an easy feat considering I yet again get knocked flat on my ass. But with this, and a quick hop, skip, and a jump, I'll be able to get the last emotional baggage. And that should be the last one for Lungfishopolis. Yep, there it goes. And now all I have to do is collect all the figments, and I'll see you guys in the next level. Well, Lungfishopolis was fairly easy, all things considered. If you call getting shot out by a bazillion missiles from tanks and ships and the like, you know, easy. But with this, we're now going into the Milkman Conspiracy. This one, I feel, is gonna be a doozy. I'm gonna try my best to keep it less of one. Okay.
Boyd?
Not much.
That wasn't much of an opening, all things considered, to the rest of the levels I've gone back to.
It's delicious.
Hey, Boyd, why are you trying to burn down the asylum?
I am the milkman. My employer has commissioned me to deliver this milk to whitewash what went on here. I make sure no evidence is left of anything except for milk. I cannot rest until I have made my final delivery.
Interesting
Milk
little
will get warm.
brainwashing there.
Milk is a drink best served cold.
Well, after lighting myself on fire so smartly, I will meet you guys when I actually find some of the things that we're looking for here. Back into the chaosness that is, you know, Boyd's mind. Just, I'll let you see this for what it is. I discovered a little area off to the side that has what appears to be a playground. Jumping over here and grinding the rails over here will get us a new vault. I believe this is the second vault. Ooh, and also it's getting us the hat box tag that we needed. And I know exactly where the hat box is. But for now, let's punch open that vault. Boyd, hired again! Ooh. Probably would help if I went to the right side. Ah, we're getting to see Coach Oleander and Coach Oleander's brainwashing. Just why a milkman, though? Oh. Well, that explains how Boyd became the milkman that he is, as well as explaining, you know, just who's the one who brainwashed him in the form of Coach Oleander. Ooh, what's this? Cool. And I now have extended life. That's neat. I did not know that was over here. I guess it pays to 100% a game. Well, I'll meet you guys back over by the hat box. Back over here by the manhole that we exit out of when we come back to this level, we'll find the hat box tag. Well, not the tag, but the actual hat box. Excuse me, I misspoke. I seem to be doing that a lot. But now that we actually have that, I also want to make a personal note of something. As you notice, all the G-men are gone. This makes this level so much easier to traverse, and a much more enjoyable experience, if I must say. But with that, I will meet you guys as I am finding the rest of the emotional baggage's tags. Oh, and the emotional baggage itself. Do I actually have your tag?
This guy needs a duffel bag tag.
That would be a no, so I'll be back once I find his tag. Well, one thing I can definitely say I'm irritated with this particular level is that, well, you have to explore every damn house to not only find figments, but the emotional baggage's tags. This is that duffel bag tag that we saw back at the graveyard. I know it's at the graveyard, but we'll go ahead and go back to there once I've found everything else. Until then, I'll see you when we actually find something. In the mail office that the G-men were using as their secret base, we find one of the emotional baggages that I actually have a tag for. Yay! He's so happy! And then we interrupt it because, you know, we've seen it a bazillion times by this point. Anyway, I am actually, believe it or not, one figment away from actually finishing up this area. So I'm going to find that, and I'll see you guys at the next emotional baggage. Over here, back in the cemetery, as I'm continuing to search for the last emotional baggage other than this guy here. We actually find this guy here. But I'm also trying to look for the green emotional baggage, which is the suitcase, I believe. And then also one last figment, and then we're going to be done with this zone. Hopefully I shall find it soon. And with all the figments found, including one being a butthead and being in the back area that you wouldn't think to go, we find the last emotional baggage here over behind the sniper building, where Little Miss Sunshine was taking pot shots at us. But with this, that will officially 100% all of the Milkman conspiracy and give us the ferocious aura, where enemies who get knocked back will now also take damage when they are melee attacking us in our shield. We're getting close. Rank 80. We only have 20 more ranks to go, technically. I'll see you guys in the next